In your first apply assignment for your Quarter 2, Module 1, your Math 8 teacher would like to be able to see that you're able to describe a sequence of transformations. We're going to start by doing an example together so that you feel more confident when it's time for you to do this on your own to submit the apply assignment. So the directions state that in the text box that's provided, describe a possible sequence of transformations that transform the original triangle QRS to triangle Q prime, R prime, S prime, and then to triangle Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime. By the way, in addition to typing it in a text box, if you would prefer to write it out on paper or type it and then submit a picture of what you've written out, that works as well. Make sure you're very specific. Use math vocabulary. Give the name of the transformation. If you're talking about a translation, you want to give the rule or describe the direction of the translation, which directions, and how many units. If you're referring to a reflection, make sure you give the rule or state the line of reflection. And then if you're talking about a rotation, you want to give the direction of the rotation, either clockwise or counterclockwise, the degree of rotation, and the center of rotation. So I'm going to demonstrate what I would type into my text box or on my notes for this particular question. So I'm going to start by referring to the original triangle, which is QRS. So the original triangle QRS is rotated 90 degrees clockwise around the origin to create the image Q prime, R prime, S prime. Then Q prime, R prime, S prime is reflected across the or over the x-axis to form triangle Q double prime, R double prime, S double prime. Whoops. So I was very specific when describing both of my transformations. The first one was a rotation. I gave the degrees of the rotation, the direction, and the fact that it rotated around the origin. And then in the second transformation, I named it as a reflection and also included the line of reflection, which in this case was the x-axis. So that is all you need to do for this assignment. So now you're going to do the exact same thing. Well, it's not the exact same transformations, but you're going to, once again, you're going to try this one, but this one you're going to do on your own. You're going to type in the text box or on a piece of paper or type it and then upload a picture or a copy of your notes. You're going to describe the possible sequence of transformations that transform the original trapezoid ABCD to trapezoid A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and then to trapezoid A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, D double prime. Again, you've got to make sure you're very specific using math vocabulary, giving the name of the transformations. If it's a translation, you give the direction and which direction and how many units. If it's a reflection, make sure you either give the rule or state the line of reflection. And then if it's a rotation, you need to give the direction of the rotation, clockwise or counterclockwise, the degree, and the center of rotation. Good luck, and remember, if you have questions, you can visit your Math 8 teacher during their instructional support time.